Travel. These are the 10 most popular national parks. More than 300 million visitors explored America's national parks last year, from Acadia in Maine to Zion in Utah. California's Yosemite National Park drew more than 4 million visitors in 2024 thanks to iconic landscapes, including the towering granite monolith Half Dome. It's one of the 10 most popular national parks in the United States. Photograph by Andrew Coleman, Nat Geo Image Collection. By National Geographic Staff. April 17, 2025. 10-minute read. Since the U.S. National Park Service, NPS, started keeping records in 1904, its mountain landscapes, seaside wildernesses, and high desert acres have registered more than 16.4 billion visits. Some of the best-known parks experienced record crowds in 2024. Straddling the border between North Carolina and Tennessee, Great Smoky Mountains National Park passed 12 million recreation visits. Almost 3.2 million people took in the massive U-shaped valleys and peaks carved by ice flows long ago at Montana's Glacier National Park. Visitors are drawn to the vastness and variety of America's best idea. From sea to shining sea, as well as in the wilds of Alaska and Hawaii, the NPS 85 million acres encompass 150,000 miles of rivers and streams and over 21,000 miles of trails. Go wild, and skip the crowds, at these 7 spectacular parks. These 10 parks are the superstars of the system, but they offer just a glimpse of the variety to be found in the 429 park units, including 63 national parks, of the NPS. 10. Glacier National Park. Set in the majestic Rockies of northern Montana, Glacier National Park takes its name from the rivers of ice and glacial forces that shaped its rugged topography over 2 million years. In 2024, the park's mosaic of rock, ice, forest, and water attracted 3,208,755 visitors. Visitors hiking along the trail to Grinnell Lake witnessed this incredible view in Glacier National Park, Mont. Photograph by Stephen Mole, Shutterstock. 9. Grand Teton National Park. The peaks of the Teton Range, regal and imposing, soar nearly 7,000 feet above the Wyoming Valley floor, making them some of the boldest geological statements in the Rockies. Grand Teton National Park's jewel-like lakes, blue and white glaciers, and naked granite pinnacles enticed 3,628,222 visitors in 2024. Ski mountaineers ascend the rocky landscape of Garnet Canyon in Grand Teton National Park. Photograph by Jimmy Chin, Nat Geo Image Collection. 8. Olympic National Park. In 2024, more than 3.7 million people visited Washington State's Olympic National Park. The park comprises 922,651 acres of wild Pacific coast, pictured, rugged glacier-capped mountains, and old-growth temperate rainforest. In Washington State's Olympic National Park, an adventurous camper has set up their tent on Rialto Beach near the natural landmark, Hole in the Wall. Photograph by Cavan Images/Offset, Shutterstock. 7. Acadia National Park. Sea and mountains meet at Acadia National Park in Maine, which saw 3,961,661 people visit in 2024. Most of the park is on Mount Desert Island, a patchwork of parkland, private property, and waterside villages. Acadia National Park in Maine has more than 500 miles of trails that range from easy to strenuous. Photograph by James Kirkikis, Shutterstock. 6. Yosemite National Park. No temple made with human hands can compete with Yosemite, wrote John Muir, whose crusading led to the creation of California's Yosemite National Park in 1890. This temple of granite cliffs and towering waterfalls saw 4,121,807 million visitors in 2024. Most spent time in Yosemite Valley, a mile-wide, 7-mile-long canyon that was cut by a river and then widened and deepened by glacial action. A lunar rainbow or moonbow seen just below Yosemite Falls in Yosemite National Park, California. Photograph by Andrew Coleman, Nat Geo Image Collection. 5. Rocky Mountain National Park. Sweeping alpine vistas attracted 4.2 million visitors to Colorado's Rocky Mountain National Park in 2024. The park contains 150 lakes and 450 miles of streams, plus ecosystems ranging from wetlands to pine forests to montane areas to alpine tundra. Forget the road trip, these national parks are best visited by train. Visitors to Rocky Mountain National Park should not miss a visit to see the headwaters that turn into the mighty Colorado River. Photographed by Peter McBride, Nat Geo Image Collection. 4. Yellowstone National Park. Yellowstone National Park, the world's first national park, was visited by 4.7 million people in 2024. The vast reserve, covering 2.2 million acres in Wyoming, Idaho, and Montana, has craggy peaks, explosive geysers, alpine lakes, deep forests, and a wealth of wild animals. The stars are bison, bears, sheep, moose, and wolves. Yellowstone National Park is home to over 500 geysers like Castle Geyser seen erupting steam and water. Tortoise Shell Spring is in the foreground. Photographed by John G. Fuller/VW Pics/Redex. A black bear cub, Ursus americanus, in Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming, looks at the camera. Photographed by George Sanker, Nature Picture Library. 3. Grand Canyon National Park. In 2024, Grand Canyon National Park attracted 4,919,163 million people to witness one of the largest canyons on Earth, which is a mile deep and up to 18 miles wide at some points. Explore it by hiking, mule riding, or rafting in the mighty Colorado River. This photo captures an amazing view of Marble Canyon at dawn on the Navajo Nation Reservation in Grand Canyon National Park. Photographed by Peter McBride, Nat Geo Image Collection. 2. Zion National Park. Rising in Utah's high plateau country, the Virgin River carves its way through Zion Canyon to the desert below. Zion National Park's striking vertical topography, rock towers, sandstone canyons, and sharp cliffs, attracted 4,946,592 million visitors in 2024. Hikers pass each other at the narrowest section of Zion Canyon, also known as the Narrows, in Zion National Park in Springdale, Utah. Photographed by Morgan Lieberman/Redex. 1. Great Smoky Mountains National Park. More than 12 million visitors went to Great Smoky Mountains National Park in 2024. Travelers can explore its misty peaks and waterfall-filled valleys via a mountain-skimming scenic highway or by taking 800-plus miles of hiking trails stretching across North Carolina and Tennessee. A long exposure image reveals star trails over the Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. Photographed by Babak Tafreshi, Nat Geo Image Collection. This article is updated yearly with new information and it was republished on April 16, 2025. Hike with us. National Geographic's Trails Illustrated Maps highlight the best places for hiking, camping, boating, paddling, and wildlife viewing in North America's rugged frontiers and urban fringes. Created in partnership with local land management agencies, these expertly researched maps deliver unmatched detail and helpful information to guide experienced outdoor enthusiasts and casual visitors alike. Click here for maps of national parks.